Hello guys, this is Peter. See you Icitify. Today I'm gonna be teaching you how you can connect your WordPress website with your um Google Cloud Console in order to get your APIs successfully done. Now this is the I'm gonna be using this particular profile for the creation of the SMTP profile for the Google. So that it will be easy because I've already used this account to create one, so it will be hard for you to understand. So I'm gonna be using the first account to create and the second account to set it up. You understand? So first thing is to search for Google Cloud Console. So you click on the second link, not that one. Click on the other one, yeah. So you click on the second link, which say Google Cloud Console. So once you open the dashboard, it's gonna show you that is my WordPress. So we are connecting this WordPress with the Google Cloud Console profile. So that when the client send in form, let me give you an example or the value of this SMTP. When client send you form or your website, for you to receive the form or your email address or to your email inbox, you have to connect your SMTP with your WordPress website. So this is what we're going to be doing, but I'm not going to show you the process of connecting with WP form, with your form. So now let's use the profile to set up the account, how you can set it up, the account for the SMTP. Alright, so this is how it bring it up. You can choose your country here. So I'm the state, so I'm gonna be using state. Then after you have done that, you click on agree and sign up. So that is how to create an account with Google Cloud Console. It's as simple as that. So now to set up the API and the host screen. So I'm gonna be using the other profile. Now, first thing is to create your project. Is to create a project. This project only categorize what kind of profile are you using, what's the project all about, what are you doing it for, what the purpose of the account. So you can name your project here. So I'm gonna be using the other profile. You click on new project. So once you click on new project, you give your project a name. So I wanna give in the project my business website name. It is WordPress tutorial. So let's just name it WordPress tutorial. So this is very essential because you need it to not because I have more than 6 different projects on this particular account. So for me to know which of this, which project is responsible for this website or which project is responsible for that website, so it's better you name the project the exact name for that account. So you can see I have different kind of projects. It's more than 10 on this particular account. So you choose the project you want to be editing, which is the one we just create WordPress tutorial. So after you've done that, then you navigate to the menu button by the left corner at the top. So you navigate there and you click on API and services. So now you want to enable APIs. This API means application program interface because it's the one that's actually responsible for performing an automated task, whereby even when you're sleeping, it's still working on its own. So that is what the API actually is all about. So we have enabled the API now, but the next thing is to create a client boot. But before we can do that, we have to create a Google Service account. First, let's go generate a Google API let's go generate a Google API. Since we have enable API now let's go generate an API key. So you navigate to the top and click on API. So to generate an API key, click on API. Now that is our API. So we just close the tab. And now, best thing is to create a Google service account, which is called service account. This is just a simple procedure. Just click on it and then put in the name for the website, which is also WordPress tutorial. So after you click on that, it's gonna auto-generate an ID for you. Then you click on continue. Now, you might want to put in a description, but it just by your choice. It just have to be something that important. But put in anything you want there. But I'm gonna be using WordPress tutorial. Then you click on continue. Now you're gonna create a role. What role do you want to partake in this particular profile? Google Service Account. Of course, you are the owner. So you click on owner. Then you click on save. We don't have to do anything there because it doesn't that much importance. So you click on save and it has been successfully created. You have a Google Service Account now. Then the next thing is to now create the main important part, which is old screen, client old. So the first thing is click on the old screen to generate that code. Because that is where you get your client's ID and your client's secrets. So we're gonna need those things very, very important. So we have to create those things. So you click on create, then you create first thing they are going to ask you to create a screen where the client old and client secret are gonna be. So you click on get started. What is the application name? We call it application because, of course, I told you API means application program interface. So you're gonna need, that means it's an application. So we need it since it's an API. So it's called application, of course, but you are working on your website. So put in WordPress. I'm gonna be using the name of the website, of course, again. So WordPress and the email address which I sign in on. So you click on next. I'm gonna be you should use external because information you're gonna be getting are from external people that visit your website. So it's advisable you use external so you don't get banned. Then you click on next. So now, you put in the email address, again, the contact email address. So after you have created a screen, the next is to create a client root and client ID. Client secret and client ID by creating a duplicate. And that is the main important part of it. So we have different kind of type of application. We have website, we have iOS, we have mobile, we have, or we are designing the application for what? For web, because this is a website, so we are for website. So now the application name, of course, WordPress tutorial. Now you copy the URL link of the website, then you paste it there. Now this redirect link, I'm gonna just put in the domain name, but the redirect link, we are going to get it when we are trying to connect it with your WordPress. You're going to get the redirect link. But for now, let's make use of this WordPress URL. So automatically we get our client ID and our client's secret. It's as simple as that. Now the most important part of it is to launch our application. Won't work until you launch it, so you navigate to the branding. Alright, so you navigate to the branding. So here you can put in all the information. So now first is to navigate to the brand. There is no verification required. So now you put in your information, your website information here. So you put in the logo because to represent your business, you can use your business logo. Then here you put in your URL link. Your website URL link that you're trying to connect with the SMTP here again. But if you have the policy page on your website, you can just paste it there. But because I don't have the policy page, I'm gonna use the normal website URL. So now the domain. Now here is the problem. If you are using a subdomain, you can't actually use the subdomain on this particular section. You have to use the main domain, which is, I'm using tutorial.icitify.com, but you can't use it once you are connecting the domain. So you have to use the main domain, which is icitify.us. So you cancel the other one. It's still gonna work. It doesn't mean if it's the main domain, but they only need the main domain on that particular section. So you can just delete that one, and then you make use of the main domain, which is icitify.com or .us. Sorry. Now you scroll down, then you click on save. Now you publish your application. So after you publish your application, you will be required to do some verification. Yeah, you have to choose no or true. You have to choose no. If you choose yes, someplace you will get some problems. So you start verification. So here you have to choose no or true. No. If you choose yes, you are wrong because they expect you to be, because of the past information we gave them is that we are going to use the application as an external use. So if you choose any yes, that means you want to use it for internal use, for an internal use. So let's try with some kind of yes and see what error message we get. Alright, you can see we get error. Let's remove the first yes. So it has to be yes. It has to be no because we are already using the external server. So if you choose any yes, if you choose any yes, that means you are referring to an internal, and that is an error. So you have to choose yes or no or true. Sorry, you have to choose no or true. So after you have done that, you wait for the verification. It took about 3 to 4 weeks, but sometimes it took just a day or 2 days. It will be done. Now the next is to connect your WordPress. So you search for WP SMTP. So the first one that will show up like something like a parrot. So you choose that one. I don't know that kind of bed, but I've already activated it on my website before. So you just navigate to the WP SMTP. Navigate to WT SMTP and launch a wizard. So you can set up the API. So we have different kind of server here, but we are using Google/Gmail as our server. Now, so you scroll down after you have chosen that. If you have a domain, a business domain, and you want to connect your professional email address with the server, with the SMTP, you make use of smtp.com. But I'm using this one. I'm using Gmail because it's free and easy. So now let's go copy our client ID and our client secrets. So here you can force the name. Here, that is the authorization code we are talking about. The authorization code we used the other time, or the redirection code we used the other time. That is where you get the redirection URL. So you go edit the former one. I've already edited mine, so you go edit the former one and you paste it there. So now you choose your Gmail address to verify if you are the real owner of the email or you want to give access to the SMTP. So you click on to proceed to SMTP or save. Don't worry, you are safe because they are still the owner of their own platform, so they cannot harm you. So after you have done that, it will be successfully set up. So you have to wait for about 24 or to 48 hours before your SMTP would be before your client will be successfully launched. Because currently it's still under verification with Google, so you can see it has been successfully connected, and that is how it's been done. But this is a free version, so if you want to get a pro version of this particular plugins, you can inbox me. I will give you you can join our channel. I will give you our channel link or put it in the comment section, so you can join the channel link. You get all free. You get all pro version of WordPress plugins and themes for free. I do post free plugins and pro version of plugins and themes for free. And you click on continue. But since we don't have a license, it's gonna ask us for license, so you just skip it. But if you are using pro version, it's not gonna ask you, and you get all the benefits for using this. So just exist. It's telling us that property not successfully configured because it's still under verification with Google. So this is how you set up your Google Cloud Console. Thank you for watching. Once again, my name is Peter. See you at Spytech. In case you want to learn about website developments or you need a mentorship on how you can make money with just skill inbox or in messages at info@icitifytech.com or any of our Facebook pages. Thank you so much. Please like, subscribe, and share. And click on the notification bell in case of next